Hello, online pipe community. Ethan, Parsimonious Piper here, and it is Cobb Tuesday. I have got my Cobb Tuesday Cobb, Missouri Meerschaum Country Gentleman. Got my Cobb Tuesday hat in my Cobb, our blend that we've been anticipating for the last week. Another Emerson Southern Forged product, this time Portmarnock Reserve. Now, this is what I would call an American blend. Some people would call it a kitchen sink blend because it has a lot of components to it. It's got Virginias, it's got some Orientals, it's got Black Cavendish, some Dark Fire Kentucky, Latakia, and Perique. For those of you with a discerning palate, you may be able to pick every single one of those components out. What sets this blend apart, there you go. See if that, not sure that's focusing. What sets this blend apart comes in a large jar, not the tiny little 8-ounce jar that you usually put a couple ounces of a blend in. It has a chunk of a bourbon barrel stave in it. And let me tell you, when you open this up and you take a whiff, oh man, I tell you what, I smell the bourbon. Bourbon is my poison of choice, and this smells, it smells like heaven. My guess is that he has got just enough Black Cavendish in there, and I'm guessing it's an unflavored Black Cavendish, to use that component to absorb the aroma and flavor of that bourbon barrel stave, and that he uses a larger jar so that it's not compressed and has some room to air and really absorb that aroma. Because I got to tell you, I don't know that it's topped or cased with bourbon. I couldn't tell you. It's not moist at all. The tobacco is not wet, but it has a wonderful, wonderful bourbon aroma. Now, how does it smoke? Well, here's the kicker. Those Virginias right up front, 4 different kinds of red Virginia. Now, my longtime viewers know that while I like the flavor of red Virginias and I do not get along well. I was hopeful that would not be the case here. Sadly, it is the case. We still don't get along well. This has a fantastic flavor. Now, you also know that I don't have a deeply discerning palate. I taste the 1 or 2 top flavors, components in a blend. The red Virginias in this are not vinegary tangy. They are dark and subtly sweet. They have a very, very good flavor. The next thing that I taste out of this, I do taste the bourbon. Not strong like the those aromatics like Borkum Riff whiskey or any of those the over the top heavily topped aromatics. There's just a subtle flavoring and aroma in the mouth. You can taste it, smell it, feel it of bourbon. Well done in that regard. Really, really tastes good. And there's a little bit of sourness. I'm guessing that's from the Smyrna in it. But that does not come to the forefront very strongly for me. What I really get are the dark red Virginias and the bourbon. Now, I smoked this in a couple of briars. I smoked it in a Meerschaum. I smoked it in a briar with a 9mm filter. And I've smoked it in Cobbs with and without balsa filters. and all to no avail. The problem that I have with this blend is something chemical, and it's the Red Virginias, and that's a shame because this is a very good, very flavorful blend. So for me, on my spreadsheet, this is going to get 3 stars, where the other ones got 4, but that's only because for me, 3 stars means I like it, but I won't buy it again. And unless Red Virginias and I begin to get along at some point in the future, I won't get more of this. Those of you guys who love Red Virginias have got to try this. Seriously. The flavor is fantastic. The bourbon hint is just that. It's a hint. It's not overpowering. You taste the tobaccos underneath it. But I got to tell you, the jar note's fantastic. Maybe I should try, chewing this stuff. I don't know. But those of you guys who love Red Virginias, this is a must try. I would think, especially if you like Navy blends or things with the rum topping. This is really well done. Like I said, I don't get the feeling that it's topped, but there is just that hint, and it's a fantastic flavor. So while I was a little disappointed, only because I could not get rid of the mouth bite. It's not even tongue bite for me with Red Virginias. My whole mouth goes on fire. I get all tingly, and not in a good way. It's a fantastic tasting blend. So those of you guys who are immune to the damages of Red Virginias, give it a shot. Give it a shot. This is really, really fantastic stuff. The flavors of all the blends that I've tried here in the Emerson Southern Forged lineup have all been really very good. I will be moving on, and I haven't decided which one. I'll be moving on to another one for this next week. And next couple of weeks, I'll be reviewing a couple more leading into the Muletown show. And let me repeat that I'll have samples of these. What I haven't smoked will be available for anybody to try if you happen to be there. You should also, while you're at it, you might want to check out at Noah's place, because he has a completely different selection of the Emerson Southern Forged blends that he's trying. His taste being different than mine. He'll give you a different idea because he's hitting different blends of some of the other things that are in this wonderful line. With that, folks, I will leave a link to the Emerson Southern Forged channel down below. Light something you like. Might be a bourbon-flavored Red Virginia base. This really is pretty good. Enjoy your afternoon.